Traditional success as a top producing real estate agent or team leader is really, really hard, and it's always linked to a ton of hours and a ton of stress and not a lot of money to show for your efforts. So in today's video, I wanna go through what I call the time freedom system. This has been my obsession since I got into business in 2007, and no part of my journey was easy. You know, it was like right before the Great Recession. This was 2007, 2008. I left a cozy corporate jobs, multiple six-figure corporate job to get into real estate, where in that first year I made $14 an hour as a real estate agent. Yes, $14 per hour. And I know I was worth more at the time, and I know you're probably struggling with just the balance between time, money, and stress as it relates to real estate. So in that first year in real estate, I sold 27 homes in 10 months. That next year, 2008, when everything hit the fan, I sold 44 homes. The challenge was I was working 12 plus hours a day, and it wasn't sustainable. If you're at the point in your journey where you are just trying to figure out how to make time and money and stress and that whole thing worth it, stick around to the end of the video. I wanna go through what I'm calling my 21-day time freedom challenge. If you like the video, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and make sure you comment so we can go back and forth. You can challenge me. Maybe I can challenge and push you a little bit to do more in your business and your life. There are three important parts to the time freedom system. And I can't say that I developed this back in those early days. This is year after year of failing forward in my business. And I would say the first thing that you have to get straight is your mindset. You know, if you're gonna have any time freedom as a real estate agent, this is an industry where we only make money traditionally if we are doing the activities of a real estate agent. So if we're showing homes, if we're listing homes, if we're writing contracts, if we're on the phone, those are the things we get paid as a real estate agent to do. And even like the lower dollar productive activities like running signs around town or taking pictures of a new listing, those are the things that have to get done. They don't get paid a lot. You don't get paid a lot of money to do those things. So your mindset, what are you building? How do you view yourself? Do you view yourself as a real estate agent just like every other one? There's 17,000 real estate agents in my market. This is up from 5,000 agents just a handful of years ago. So we are straight up a commodity. And if we keep doing the things that every other real estate agent does, we'll keep getting those same results. So the mindset shift that I made early on is the fact that I was not going to be a traditional real estate agent. I wanted to make the shift from agent to owner. And that shift started in my mind. Just because I made the mindset shift didn't mean all of a sudden I was sitting in, the C-suite overlooking this beautiful big business, right? It just started with a little bit of a mindset shift to say, how could I build this business to provide for my family a lifestyle, something that I wanted for my family, my wife, my kids? How could I start to build that business and look at the business differently? And what are the activities that I needed to get out of along the way so that I could make more money for every hour I put into the business? So that's number one, mindset. Number two is this concept of leverage. And it's gonna take me a little bit here to unpack it. Leverage is anything you could do in your business to get a multiple return on the thing you put in place. Let me give you an example. So marketing, for me in those early days, if I could figure out a way to put a marketing system in place where I could generate leads systematically, where I didn't have to be doing anything to generate the lead. I can set up a system, so put in the time up front to build the system to generate leads. That's massive leverage. And I became a master marketer in those early days. I wasn't gonna be the guy that got on the phone and cold called. And so I had to figure out, how do I build leverage through marketing? And then another point of leverage is technology. How are you using technology in your business? Some real estate agents are just straight up scared of technology. There are some basic technologies that you can use to give you massive leverage in your business and allow your inputs to be multiplied in terms of outputs. And so what technology, critical technology tools are you using in your business? And then systems is another massive leverage point. So I mentioned it with marketing systems. And then what other systems? When you generate a lead, do you have a lead follow-up system? You put a lead into the front end of your system and what comes out? Does ready, willing, and able buyer prospect or seller prospect come out the other end of your lead management system. And then the last point of leverage is people. 85% of real estate agents don't even have an administrator. So they're doing all of the tasks that are paying way less money than I know you deserve to make and I know that you're worth. At the time, like I said, my first year in real estate, I went from $14 an hour to probably $30 to $40 an hour, all the way up to over $2,000 an hour just a few years later. How did I do it? I built the systems and I brought people in to run those systems. So even if it's a part-time administrator, what are the things that you can offload so that you can start working on parts of the business that get you paid more, that give you more freedom? And that's the time freedom system, right? It starts with the mindset, then we think about leverage. The last piece is a plan. And so very few people, if you just look at the general population, very few people have a plan to go from point A to point B. We spend more time planning a family vacation than we do our business or our life. And so the last part of the time freedom system is having this 3-year vision, a 1-year plan, 90-day world, 13 weeks, 7 days. We call it 3-1-90-13-7. It's a lot of numbers. And whatever your planning system is, it has to attach the thing you're doing today to what you want in the future. And so that's why we start with all areas of our life, a 3-year vision. Then we take it back to a 1-year plan. What has to be true in the next year for us to be on track to achieve this 3-year vision? Then we take it back into 90 days, which is 1/4 of a year, and then 13 weeks, and then 7 days in a week. And so whatever your planning system is, it has to land in every day so that you can achieve this big vision you have for your life. When I think of this journey and someone that I met early on in their journey that didn't have time freedom, it's Dave Hook, and he's out of Central PA. He was working every bit of 70 hours a week, and he was selling 80% of the homes that his team sold. I think he was at about 100 units. His wife Jenny was pregnant with their first child, and he suspended disbelief. Like, he heard this whole time, business, freedom, stress, like all this lingo I throw around that sounds really good for marketing. Can you actually make it happen? And we worked together. We're going on 5 years together, where he went from overworked, underpaid. He's 5x'd his income, and he's taken his hours down by half. So he's gone from 70 hours to 35 hours. He's gone from X dollars of income to 5 times increase. So his leverage in his business, his mindset, the planning systems that he used are all the ones I just described in the time freedom system. So you just have to suspend disbelief a little bit. Start thinking about yourself as a business owner so you can make this shift in your business. If you are struggling and you just want to enter into a community where maybe there is a different way, maybe if we've spent 21 days together and I pushed you in your business, it's our Time Freedom Challenge. It's thetimefreedomchallenge.com, where you can click on the link below. We're gonna train together, we're gonna coach, I'm gonna push you, I'm gonna challenge you, I'll hold you accountable, we're gonna do a time study, let's get honest about where we're spending our time. So go to thetimefreedomchallenge.com. If you liked the video, hit the like button, it helps me out quite a bit. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on, and always, always, always leave comments so we can have this dialogue back and forth, and I can perhaps serve you in a specific question that you have or something that might help you in your business. We'll see you in the next video.